Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTbase.com. Welcome to a weekly COT review. Today we're going to be analyzing the 35th Commitments of Traders Report of 2022. And as we always do, we shall start off by looking at the largest changes in commercials net positions. But before we jump to the review, a reminder for those who are new to COT analysis that here at COTbase.com you will find a lot of educational material, not only in written format, but we have some very useful videos as well that will guide you through the analysis process. So just check these tutorials and you'll better understand how you can benefit from this very valuable data that is accessible through COTbase.com. So let's start off with our first market, which will be coffee, with a 23% change in commercials net position. So we've got commercials on the left side of this table, large speculators in the middle, and small speculators on the right side. And we, of course, are analyzing the classic or legacy data. This is the commercials net change is, of course, measured on a 52-week look-back period. And commercials are, of course, represented with the red chart over here. We have large speculators in green and small speculators who CFTC calls non-reportables in blue over here. So your change size is 23% and can be witnessed over here being much greater than average, possibly the top 5, I should say, just by looking at the chart over here. The only issue I have is that it's coming after a decline that's been going on for a couple of days now. So I'm not that excited about that bearish COT change signal. Moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see that we are gradually getting closer towards more bearish extreme levels as the market is headed higher. So that is not surprising. So if we see even greater prices in the next couple of weeks, I would definitely be expecting large speculators increasing their net long positions, let's say towards 70, 80,000 contracts net long, while commercials increasing their net short positions towards 80, 90,000 contracts net short. But of course, there's still time for that to happen. The next market we're going to look at is cocoa, 17% change over here in commercials net positions. Switching to the 1 year's chart, there you go. Again, larger than average change size, but nothing too unusual. We have seen greater changes in the past. Definitely not top 5, and we have seen a bit of a decline already. So moving on to the 5 years chart, you can see here the picture is a bit more bullish, I should say, or at least not as bearish as in the case of coffee. So you can see the most bearish extreme back over here in February of 2020. What a wonderful signal that was. We had another very good signal back in May of 2018. These are, of course, examples of bearish extremes, but we do have multiple bullish extreme examples as well. We are a little bit in between, possibly a bit towards the bullish side, but again, I wouldn't say anything, is that exact here, or, I would act upon. So just, switch your attention, and there's so many other markets that you can analyze. So let's move on and have a look at not lean hogs. I wanted to check Palladium with a 16% change in commercials net positions. Here we have the chart, the 1 year. There you go. So again, a larger than average change size, but we have seen a bit of a decline. So the story is quite similar. Here we have the 5 years chart, which it's not that easy to see if you're focused on this part of the chart. But if you go back in time and really have this 5 years perspective, you can see that actually we are still in a more bullish COT extreme territory. So this is suggesting further rallies coming in this market, but that would correlate with what we see in other metals as well. So let's move on and have a look at large speculator COT extreme. And there you go. We have another metal, one of my favorite markets, silver, with 168 report extreme in large speculators net positions. We have 169 in commercials who are actually now net long once again. Of course, if you remember, we talked about silver a couple weeks ago. There was that very significant bullish extreme in the market. It seemed as if it could actually shift the trend upwards, but as you may see, we have witnessed a larger dive in the market, and prices have gone lower. So we're not surprised to see, and actually very happy to see, that traders are shifting their positions accordingly. And of course, as you can see on this 5-year chart, there's definitely space left to reach even greater extremes. So hold tight, because this decline could easily continue on for a couple more dollars. And of course, if that happens, I would definitely want to see traders at a more significant extreme. So we'll see when we get there. Lumber is our next market, 168 report extreme over here as well. It's very, very clear that this is an extreme that is bullish, and we would expect this market to bottom in the next couple of weeks, month ahead of us. So that's quite interesting as well. Euro, our last market for the review, 129 report extreme, bullish extreme, of course, suggesting a bottoming happening in the next couple of weeks and month ahead of us. Hard to tell exactly when, but you do see the extreme being quite large. We have seen greater extremes, so that simply suggests that if this continues, then don't be surprised. We have seen greater extremes in the past. Now, of course, we are only looking at a few markets in these reviews, but don't worry, we have much more here at COTBase.com with all the COT report types that are available, and of course all the data types as well. If you are somebody who trades a specific market, let's say the euro that we just talked about, then you can actually access all the data that is available from the commitments of traders data on that specific market, and then of course you can actually chart it, analyze it, download it, save the chart, whatever you want to do. And if you're a more sophisticated trader and you want to use these tools in your own system, then we are actually proud to say that we have the COT Base Pro indicator that is available in NinjaTrader. If you are somebody who trades in the shorter time frame, we actually developed a wonderful tool, the ICOT Intraday Indicator, that is very, very helpful in the near term. So as you can see, this is actually gold on a 1-minute candlestick chart, and we have these wonderful tools. It is not data coming from CFTC. I would like to emphasize that it is our own indicator, but as you can see, we are mimicking the mindset that we have in classic COT analysis and trying to measure some sort of stresses in the market. So that's what's happening here. A very useful tool that I think can benefit anybody who is who trades. I do advise you to try this and benefit from its valuable information. Thank you very much for being with me. I hope you enjoyed this review. I wish you guys a very good weekend, and I hope to see you in my next COT review. Take care. Goodbye.